Welcome back to Canadian Tire Senators Hockey, and we are very pleased to be joined by NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman. Gary, thank you for joining us in Canadian Tire Senators Hockey.
It's great to be here with you and for a fun evening.
Yeah, well, it's very well documented that the Ottawa Senators and the National Capital Commission reached this deal in principle for that 10 acres of land on the LeBreton Flats district to be intended to be used for a new arena. First of all, how pleased were you when you heard about that agreement, and can you give us any updates on the progress that's being made?
Well, let's take a step back. Michael Andlauer, buying this franchise, has demonstrated a commitment not just to the Senators, but to the greater community. He loves the team, he loves Ottawa, and he wants to do the right things. And there's been a widespread call for moving the team to a more central location downtown, to have an arena that will have more evenings of entertainment, more acts will show up, more people will come from out of town, and it may bring an increased vibrancy to the city. And so he's very focused on that. And obviously, with the support of the NCC and the mayor and ultimately the premier, they can move forward from at least understanding in principle what they want to do to get into the nuts and bolts of what they have to do. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, this is a terrific arena. May not be the ideal location, but it's not that we're in a critical phase. But I think enough people believe that it would be good for Ottawa to have a major entertainment center downtown.
Now, you also spoke at a luncheon today with the Ottawa Board of Trade. You also met with Mayor Sutcliffe. What kind of progress is being made in this department?
I think it's more about there's an enthusiasm for the team, for Michael's ownership, for the prospect of a new building. But what I took away from today, and I saw lots of people, business partners, fans, there's a great passion and enthusiasm for the Senators. And from my standpoint, that's wonderful to see.
Well, this building that we're in right now, it opened in 1996. At the time,
I was there.
Yes, you were commissioner at the time. I think it was your fourth year. What do you remember from that day?
How excited everybody was. You know, they were playing in a temporary facility at Lansdowne where the Ottawa 67s played. It wasn't a major league facility. But what I also remember, and this is how things changed, the last 20 minutes of the drive out here, there was nothing. and this whole area has built up remarkably, and it's great to see.
It'll be interesting to see if it can build up downtown. Now, you've seen a lot of arenas, and I'm curious what some of your favorite designs and styles are.
They're all market specific, depending on the corporate base and how many suites you need and club seats. You know, the newer arenas that have been built, the one in Edmonton, the one that's going up in Calgary, the one they did in Seattle, those are all arenas that have refined what's come before them. It's an evolution, and things change and demands change. You know, having smaller club seat arrangements seems to be more popular now than suites. And so you have to go with a mix of what makes sense in your market.
Shifting gears a little bit, tonight is Hockey Fights Cancer at the Canadian Tire Centre. How important are initiatives like this for the players and for the league?
You know, I've always believed that we have an incredible platform to do good in the communities in which we play. Cancer is a terrible disease. I lost both of my parents to cancer at a young age. And so many people, either directly or indirectly, are affected, that we can use Hockey Fights Cancer in its 25th year to raise millions of dollars to help families, to help people being treated, and to do research, and as importantly, to raise consciousness so that people should get screened and make sure that they go see their doctors when they need to. That's all part of trying to do good in the communities where we are.
One more thing.
Sure.
In about 5 weeks' time, this arena and the one in Lansdowne, TD Place, are going to be hosting the World Juniors, and then a couple months later is the Four Nations Cup. How important is it to have international hockey back on the schedule?
It's very important because, most importantly, the players want it. I mean, to go to the Olympics, the Player World Cup in the middle of the season tends to be a bit of a distraction and it has a competitive impact. But at the end of the day, our players, and a third of our players come from outside of North America, they have great pride in wanting to represent their countries. It's a matter that they are very focused on, and I respect that. And so we'll deal with the disruptions, and the fans, not coincidentally, like it as well.
Commissioner Bettman, don't be a stranger. It was so great having you. Come back and see us in Ottawa soon, okay?
It's always great to be here. Thank you.